Following on from our playthrough of the mission we made last time, Dustline Assault, today we are back in the Mission Maker modifying what we already have to iron out any problems we found. Starting with putting a building structure in the middle of the field to the south. That field just seemed a little bit too open. Would be a good idea to have some sort of cover in there. Now back to the compound, I'm just adding a bit more vegetation. I'm a big fan of the palm trees and shock force, and I think we need a bit more cover just getting through that gate. Bit more decoration, flavor objects, a few crates, bit of lampposts, bench. Just get the compound looking a bit nicer. And then of course the connections I talked about between buildings. When you're placing buildings, it's a good idea to make sure that you have some sort of way to transition between the buildings, which essentially means lining up doorways on the same faces. Crossing over from the west to the east along those sand piles we created was brutal, so I'm introducing some low walls there just to give you some cover as you progress. Alright, for selection, slightly modifying. I'm introducing some rail trucks for the Syrians, mostly decorations, so I'm placing them one in the compound, one on the main highway. They're both destroyed. Again, just aesthetics, really. Thinking about adding a bit more firepower to the US side, just giving them a few Humvees, extending the battalion. These are too many, so I slightly modify them down to 3. They will come later on as reinforcements, and we'll set that up. There'll be an HMG, a tow, and just a standard Humvee. Back to the Syrian side. I decided that this squad here, squad 3, was useless in the playthrough, so I'm actually adding them in as reinforcements, and they will come in later, about 5 to 10 minutes in, and they will be AI controlled, rushing one of 2 random positions, which I'm just setting up now, which is good. It creates a bit of randomness to the mission, so you don't quite know which side is going to be more reinforced. Essentially here you can see me setting up the AI. They're either going to go more north or more south. Then I'm just playing with the levels again a bit here and there, adding a bit more vegetation. I don't particularly like areas that are just extremely sparse. Not for this map anyway. This hill here, where first platoon moved onto and eventually crested, and then there was zero cover. Difficult obstacle to navigate during the game. So thinking about how I can introduce a bit more variety in there. I end up playing with the levels, trying to get a few sort of inundations, a bit of valleys, things like that, something to hide in. Bit more vegetation, especially in the compound. Just trying to make it feel a little bit more alive. Then modifying the warehouses, the 4 warehouses on the north side there. Originally the idea was that they only have an entry at the north side, but I've now decided to just add a door at the south side. Gives you the ability to move through them easier, gives you more tactical options. Right, placing a few more lampposts. Again, I'm possibly getting stuck on making this look very good. Cleaning those walls at the sand piles and adding a bit more texture. I like the look of that. Just double checking for selection, making sure that everybody's in a good spot. Then just rounding off with objectives. Assigning points, those green squares are all the objectives. They need a name, they need a point value, and making sure that translates through. Then on the southwestern corner, where you start, essentially, your camera start angle, I like to just beef that up a bit. So you can have to see me adding a line of trees there, putting a hole through that fence, and then eventually also a bit of a walkway, bit of a track running into the bush there. That's it. So that rounds that up. Check the description for the file download.